Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are celebrating Squirrel Saturday here on YouTube, and so grateful to have all you guys. Now, it is Season of Mahakam, and you, like me, may have been thinking, man, there's got to be a cool Dwarves deck, especially one that's not just like boring Dwarves. So, I have a couple of ideas that I've baked into this deck. I hope you like them too. But basically, my thought was, okay, let's get some big units, let's get some engines. And I think Nature's Gift provides a good kind of well-roundedness to this. And not only does it provide kind of a well-rounded engine value with Hamadryads, tempo with Mahakam Volunteers, with Zoltan's Company, but it has two resilience units, Gabor Zegrin and Zoltan. You get Figus in here as a defender to protect Ethne and her young Dryads, or you can use them to protect the resilience units, just kind of depending on how your second round goes. And then you got Xavier in here as well. You know, he's just, for a 7 provision card, he's just so easy to access that high value and points over time. And then Yarpin in here with Tempering, that also is going to spawn you at least 1 point Treants every time you play it. So Tempering here, getting you an easy 6 points every time you drop it down. And if you can get a Duncanel Guardian out there, or a Hamadryad, or Ethne, you're going to get even more value out of those Treants. So you do need to be careful of Row Punish. This does row stack a lot, and you also need to be careful of those crazy Revenant decks that love to murder you units. But there's a lot of boost that goes on. You got a decent removal package with Double Circles, Nature's Rebuke, and Forest Protector. So I think this deck gives you a little bit of all the worlds. And then Isengrims is in here to help you get some consistency, either with Ethne if she's still stuck in your deck, a Hamadryad pre-boosted, or I just used it in this last game I was playing to grab Zoltan Chevet. It's going to grant you a couple of benefits from Zoltan here. So Zoltan's going to come down, he gets Resilience, he boosts adjacent Dwarves by 2, so he gets 8 points of value plus a 4 carryover from the Resilience. But then you can play down Zoltan's Company afterward at the beginning of the next round if you can close it out and get the win second round with him is a really good example. And then you can play this down. It's going to spawn 3 Rowdy Dwarves and give 1 armor to all Dwarves on the row, which is exceptionally helpful with Yarpin and Figus as a defender. It can be helpful for as well. But Xavier gets 1 armor every time you play a dwarf, and whenever he has armor, he boosts himself by 1. So some really good value there. As I said before, Novigradian Justice and Ethne are just fantastic tempo cards. One thing I will tell you to be careful of, if you have Ethne in hand and you're using Circle of Life, make sure you get the kill, because you don't want her to get boosted before round 3. It needs to be fixed. It's kind of a stupid mechanic within the Scoia'tael faction, since there is so much hand boost that goes on, but nevertheless, be careful of it. Changes, you could add in Dunka. I love Dunka. Dunka's great. Like I said, though, I kind of get annoyed with Dunka when she boosts Ethne. Since they should be like really good synergy between those specific cards and characters, they have like negative synergy. Because whenever Ethne transforms, the boost is erased because it's applied to the prior form of the card. So when the transform occurs, she reduces back down to her 6-point value. Super annoying. Hope they change that. I also want to say, I record these videos in advance, and so I currently am looking forward to whatever the countdown clock is for, but I don't know what it is yet. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I have a busy life with work these last couple weeks, and so I'm just trying to get ahead of the ball. All right, so
you get a thunderbolt.
Oh, if removal's not enough for you, make removal cards that just make your opponent cry on the inside. Dryad's Caress is fantastic with Hamadryad. I do like keeping 1. We do have Ethne in hand, as luck would fate us. So I'm going to put Circle of Life back. I'm going to put it back again. Force Protector's a little bit better. Kind of evaluating here. So we do have 1 Duncanel Guardian. You could, if you're feeling risky, and I do, put Ethne back, and then break into your dwarves. Okay, if you guys have watched me play, you know I like to play Novigradian Justice round 2 anyway, so it's really not the end of the world. Against this deck, I really like Duncanel Guardians because you get them down, pre-boost them to 9 points. They threaten with the removal, plus they bring out all of your Treants at 2 points because they are symbiosis as well. So here we're going to be going for Duncanel Guardian and Hamadryad just to have 2 big, large value units to kind of push back against this Northern Realms Swarm deck. That's what I'm anticipating it's going to be. I think Mobilization is really only good in a couple of different formats, but it's best on Redanian Archers who work right now, have the most synergy with Revenants, I think, just because we're in this perpetual state of removal in the game. You know, if there's going to be a new expansion, the thing I'd love to see, and I'd love to put your comments down below if you have something else or what you think about this thought, but I'd love to see things that are like, when one of your own cards get removed, place a curse on an enemy unit. Something like that, you know what I mean? Where you could kind of get, you could kind of force them into awkward situations. Alright, here, I'm actually just going to damage this one down. I just don't want it to give armor. And then we'll go for Hamadryad here.
Come to me, little one.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to get a Treant out until we get down Dryad's Caress. So I'm just trying to play around that just a little bit. And Force Protector doesn't get any value before its time. So you could go for Gabor to range to give him immunity. Just it kind of depends on what you're going up against. But his resilience value I find to be the best. Ronvid's always annoying. I think that's why they call him the Incessant. This is a weird play. I'm not sure why you'd try to get around the 6 points, but everybody gets to make choices. Kind of have a bunch of bad options here. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Dryad's Crest for 2 reasons. I am erasing this extra boost, which is unfortunate, but I'm not planning to be in this round for very long. And it's going to spawn me a Treant so I can get some value out of this Nature's Rebuke. But as you can see, I mean, we've made 3 plays and we're already at 23 points. Nothing was higher than 5 provisions, so I'm pretty content with where things sit. I think this is likely going to come down to be a... Oh, so my expectation would be that they would come down with us with the spell, which removes a 2-point unit. So we're going to do a couple of things here. We only have 1 Treant, so the Death Blow boosts it by 2. Get this other one to 3. And now we're pretty safe to get out of this round. As Northern Realms, you know, I think, what's the game say? If left unchecked, Northern Realms can get out of control. Oh, I'm happy to see this. This is a big spend. That's certainly true, but if you do check them, you know, what are they going to do about it? So Force Protector is really, really good value, but I think it's probably just a little bit much here. I think, like I said, I do expect them to come out with the spell, but we're just kind of denying them value. They're going to have to make a really big play to get out of this pinch spot, which reduces their value for round 2. We have a lot of tempo in store, and we're going to play a lot of carryover resilience. Curse of Corruption works fine. That's a big play. So this I think is going to be a traditional Revenants deck. I just played against a different one that tried to use Bellahun with Redanian Knights for a separate round value. I didn't love it, and I don't think he did by the end of it either. We're gonna put back Dryad's Caress, but these Mahakam Fonties screw me. I should have focused on Mahakam Volunteers. That was my bad. Although I would have replaced the second card anyway in the Circle of Life, so we're in the same spot we would have been regardless. So Novigrading Injustice is just going to be a play for 3rd round. So right now we're missing both of our other Dryads, which puts us in a pinch spot with Ethne. But seeing as the opponent doesn't care, we're just going to come out with Gabor here, give him some resilience, and then get out of this round. Fun thing about this is we automatically have a resilience unit that we don't have to do a whole lot of work for. We can go ahead and protect him with Figus. You know, we can play other dwarfs that he's going to get boosted every time we play a dwarf. Would have been better to have Zoltan, but we didn't. He does play for 8 points, so we'll hang on to him. Okay, this is perfect with Isengrim. So our Isengrim target is going to be Fove. We can put back one more card. I'm going to go for Circle of Life. Oh, I feel like a gambler today. And the gambling has paid off. Alright, so getting Zoltan down next to Gabor and Xavier can be a really good idea, because then we can play Zoltan's Company, give them all some boostageness. But I think we're going to start here with Novigradian Justice. It's a crime, it's not a nature card, so it just plays well. And then we'll get out Ethne pretty soon here. But as you can see here, we just get some crazy good value with the Gabor carryover. And then Zoltan does start with 4 armor, so that does work out. We probably should have played these to ranged, if we're being honest, though, because our melee row is going to get a little cramped here. So I should give shield to whatever unit it is. I'm guessing it's just going to be unlimited archers. Alright, oh, the double punish is difficult to deal with. I'm just gonna damage this guy down. We can't allow 2 archers to go unfettered. It's just too much value. Forbidden magic probably on the dwarves. This is within range, so we're just gonna boost them up. Come to Pappy! And then I really like getting Xavier out, pre-boosting him with a Nature's Gift. That was anticipated.
I fight for him, bleed for him, yet what do I get? Devil, obliterate all.
Alright, so now we're going to cap off this row with Zoltan's Company. But first we need to get down our Ethne. Duncanal Guardian wouldn't be a bad choice here either. But whatever we put down is probably going to get removed if we're all being honest with ourselves. This Edmund is just great punish. Not a ton we can do about it. Alright, we're going to go for Duncanal Guardian here. We'll just see if we can get some of those archers' charges drawn out. Probably should have pushed just one more round in round 1, just so that they couldn't have this eternal round 3. But we'll see her get removed. Okay, so we baited out the other archer, which I've been hoping to get soon. That works. We do keep feeding these revenants, but they're gonna. My goal here is basically just to force them to space out this row. The Hamadrad's only gonna get boosted by 2 here, so it's not. She's basically just playing for the symbiosis. They're getting good conversion off the Treants, but I don't really mind. I'm happy to see them spend against them.
Tomorrow we suffer home. The only good human is a
So we do get Figus here, so we do have the option of putting down Figus and denying some value, but they're gonna kill my stuff anyway. I'd rather get the Symbiosis.
Shoot my old name. I don't remember. I don't care.
I mean, it's not the most, how should we say, creative of decks. I'm a little surprised if he opts to leave this alone. It's kind of poor value. Yeah, good removal. Alright, we're going to go for Hamadryad. Again, just seeing what we can get to stick. He's running into swarm problems though, where we're gonna stack up all these roads.
'Tis my tree. I was born. I shall die.
Could have waited one more round with her, but she does have Symbiosis, and both of these are nature cards. At this point, we get 1 from leader, 2, 3, Symbiosis. So the opponent does use the Radovid's Royal Guards to give some armor to this archer. Keep it ticking. Nothing else making me annoyed. They might go for double ping here with the... Okay. Becker's Rock Slide works as well. Oh, we're going to save Tempering just so we can boost up something that gets damage down, I guess. Yarpen also works really well with Zoltan's company because he gets that boost from the barricade. And since we control a Zoltan, that's going to give 1 armor to all of the Dwarves on row. But missing Yarpen and having Xavier killed off is really problematic for us. So I think this game is pretty much gone out of our hands. Like I said, we probably should have pushed a little bit harder around 1. I love the Kedweni Knight play just for value. And we have essentially lost this game. So you gotta play a little bit better than I did. But you've seen it here. You've seen how not to play the game, so go play it. But as I mentioned before, you're seeing those Tempering still play for really, really good value, especially when you have the Dwarves. This is just obnoxious. Just pass. Yeah, I'm not gonna endure this. You don't have to wait for somebody to go through and obnoxiously maim all of your units after they're already up by 20 points. They can get those death blows for that contract in a game where they decide to play a little tighter, where their opponent doesn't make as many poor decisions as I do. But there is a contract for death blows, and the Revenant's deck can be very good for getting you that contract because all of the Revenants have a death blow ability. So just something to keep in mind.
Rules are for those who would otherwise incinerate themselves.
Alright, Ursine Ritual is fun. We haven't seen that. So I've played this deck 3 times now. This is the first time I'm seeing Fauve, so kind of nice to see her mix things up. I wouldn't mind getting out these Dwarves a little bit earlier, just both for tempo, but also just to get them out. And note that it is a play. Spawn Cleaver's Muscle and then play a Bronze Dwarf from your deck, so it does add that play value to Xavier. Xavier, not Savior. There's so many things I don't want to draw into that I think I'm actually just going to take this. Yeah, let's put this back. Put that back. Oh, put them back. Okay. Alright, since we keep breaking into them. Here, again, Duncanel Guardian is my card of choice. She's just great. The 2-point damage ping can be really helpful. Really effective against certain decks. Ursine Ritual usually relies on the self-damage, but, you know, can be helpful against them. But she also gives us Symbiosis, so if we need to play a removal card really quickly, we're able to get value off of her. And as fate would have it, we do. Do 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 do. All right. Easy peasy. Don't think about it. You guys also know my rule about morality of decks, so I'm fine whenever you play organic cards with the Rakkus Swarm. Also, if you're playing Nature's Rebukes with Symbiosis, you're getting something. You're not just removing, you're getting something in return. I think I'd like to see more of that synergy. I'd like to see some anti-synergy, like I was saying before, where it's like, I play a card that like boosts itself every turn, and then if I play another one, maybe before it, or even that same card, if it gets removed, then destroy like the opponent's highest unit, kind of like Black Blood does. As like if the unit's boosting itself, you get some value from that. I'm gonna go for Hamadryad here.
Come to me, little one.
I think here I'm actually gonna go for Xavier Moran and then Gabor. Really give him some armor.
Kill the sons, steal the lasses.
Oh, it's really tempting here to go for Circle of Life, actually. Well, let's go for Xavier.
Hey, what's in a boot?
Just gonna boost him, and then we can play Gabor down. He'll get that resilience, so I either force the removal of him. Actually, we'll go for Nova Guardian Justice first.
Did you die already? Or need I kill you again?
You're lucky to keep your heat.
So again, this is a play, so he's gonna get that boost there. And then we'll be playing Fove onto Dryad's Caress for this Hamadryad. But in the end, there was no need. Hey, thanks again, Slav, for all your work as moderator. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, so here we get our resilience units. Now we have a couple options. We can tuck them neatly behind Gabor, which I don't mind. Is often a really great way to play them. But we'll lead with Hamadryad here. Just get some points stacking onto her. We'll go Hama, then Fove, and then we can play down Gabor, and then Zoltan next to Gabor. Make a decision about Figgis at that time. So Figgis can help protect them. I also really like him to protect Ethne. I'm missing Duncanel Guardian to give me like the pure fix I need out of Isengrims, but if I drew Duncanel, I'd take Yarpen. Yarpen's not a bad play by any means. So here we'll go for a Hamadryad, and I'm playing her to melee just because I know that I may use a defender this round. So actually, I don't like this as much. I think one of the best plays you can make here is actually okay, that's fine. She has Symbiosis, so she's gonna take bleed damage here, which is going to be annoying. But this is pretty nice. But I think the better play onto this Hamadryad Oh, I had an idea. Oh, it's Blue Boy Lugos. So presumably Ursine Ritual is being carried in this deck for Blue Boy just because he's so much value. But then you can use 3 charges onto Blue Boy and kill off a 6-point unit. No more value for me. Just a bit of a bit better decision. But Chris looking very nice here. We get the Purify, then we get the boost. Ceres is great tempo. And she's really nice in like a Lippy flip deck, but you can't Lippy this round. So I'm actually starting to lean towards using Figus here. Gets me an extra Dwarf. I get to protect Gabor. And then we'll play Zoltan's Company next round with the Zoltan. Get them some armor. You could bake in the bigger Zoltan unit, but I like Ethne a little bit more. Just kind of choice that you get to make. Weird to see that played onto Fauve and not onto one of these Treants, but so looks like they just didn't have the reach for it. They didn't have it in hand. So typically that's the play you really want to make right there. So Gabor would technically have been more points had I played him first, but I'm interested in protecting Gabor more than I am in getting points off of him. Herky is annoying here, but she's not the end of our world. So the question is which one I want to boost up more, and I'm guessing Figus is a better target here. Though he could get removed, and then I'm in a bit of a pinch spot. We're gonna take the gamble. I like Haymay for tempo. Draw consistency is nice as well, but gotta make sure you get the card you want to get rid of. Looks like it was a Gutting Slash. So here Zoltan's playing for his 8 points, his 4 plus 2 boost, plus Gabor's going to get an extra point here. So pretty nice for us. And then we carry over 2 resilience units, so I am not displeased whatsoever. Alright, Hemdall's nice punish here. Good point play, so the opponent does go up a card. But now he doesn't have any row punish for next round. So I do have the question here of, you know, I could play Isengrims. I could either pull out this Dune Canal Guardian, not have to worry about her. I could pull out Yarpin, he's going to get boosted. And then he would boost up Gabor by another point. But I'm pretty content with where I am, even though I'm down a point. You know, I have 2 units that are getting carried over to next round. The opponent can't really do much about them. Obviously, Zoltan's going to lose his armor, and Gabor's going to get reset back down to 5 points. But that's 9 points on the board with 2 Dwarves. We can lead out with Zoltan's Company soon after that. Hopefully, Ethne first. So I'm looking here for either Ethne, okay, or Duncanal Guardian. That's kind of everything I wanted. This Dryad's Crest might be helpful, like, nominally against... I don't really want Circle of Life. I'm a little pinch here. I don't want Duncanal Guardian, though, either. Okay, that works great.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Now we have 4 Symbiosis if he can't do anything with these young Dryads. Which works out well for us. Now we do want to get Yarpin down before Zoltan's Company, because he's going to benefit from that armor. But the Duncanal Guardian is my priority at this point. Alright, Herald comes out.
Here's to better than
words than in your wildest,
Uncrate Raiders are a great choice.
Full service.
No mercy!
Grey sweats.
So we're gonna go ahead and go for this Harald removal next with Yarpen and Duncanal Guardian. I don't love throwing villagers, but it's not the worst choice I've ever seen.
Any years want a good look at my axe?
Do any of yous want a good look at me axe? I love Yarpen, man. He's my homeboy. I'd be snarky like Yarpen. Snarky like Yarky. Okay, we're gonna go for Zoltan's here just because Zoltan's on the board, as so long as he doesn't die. Scoia'tael against Yarpen would make most sense here. Ethne's like 1 point saved. We get Symbiosis from the Duncanal Guardian. So this Tempering plays for 5 points. If Yarpen's still alive, plays for 7 points. And then if Duncanal Guardian is also still alive, it'll play for an additional 2-point Treant. So 9-point Tempering play. He does lose the armor. So, you know, if you're like playing against something that you just want to protect against damage, then, you know, throw that up onto Gabor or something like that. I have no idea what this is going to do. Alright, that's a good choice. We're just going to go for one of these rowdy dwarves. Actually, let's boost him up just in case they have like Wild Boar. I'm anticipating they're going to play something that plays for more than 4 points, but I could be wrong. So, missing that Yarpen play is a bit unfortunate. Markfar getting more than enough points to do.
They wouldn't dare cross me!
So close, but yet so far. This always happens. I go to record a video after I get wins with the deck, and then I lose it twice. Alright, let's play a third game. See if we can get it. I think in that game, maybe just needed to play a little bit better pressure round
Rules
2.
are for those who would otherwise incinerate themselves.
I don't know. Follow your heart. Alright, Commandos love to play in 2 rounds. It's like a 2-0, so that's what I'm expecting here. So I want to try to carry as much removal as possible early. Both of these with Circle of Life is nice. Always playing on blue coin though. I think if I ever get a choice, I would always prefer to play on red coin. Even though you get the 5 points of extra boost, and that's nice with my Duncanal Guardian, it's really not all that helpful. Comparatively. Here I actually wouldn't mind all that much going for a lot, like 2 separate leader charges on the Hamadryad, but we'll just we'll be patient here. This is a weird play.
Stand and fight, cowards!
Here we're gonna pre-boost this Duncanal Guardian. Very weird.
I had a hammer! I had a hammer in the morning!
Mauler's weird as well. Let's just do this. We get the boost and we get the extra tree. Like, I just don't know why, when it doesn't get you a lot, you go for removal, right? So this is why I think, tactically speaking, I'm morally in favor of using removal, you know? So, yeah, this is just weird.
Death to the enemy!
So something I will say, the opponent here is really going to want to copy these units. So we deny them future value by just passing straight up here. Seems a little bit weird to everyone. They might be like, oh, no, don't do that. But he overplayed by some... I mean, think about how much provision value we each spent there. So I'm pretty happy with where we are. We're on red coin this next round. I think for sure a Pavetta. Let's see if we can get a little bit better. Alright, we missed Novigradian Justice here, which is unfortunate. Kind of missed a lot of our big golds.
Not without good reason. They hold us stern.
We're gonna start with Duncanels, and then we'll go with a Hum Dryad here. Right now, Ethne is our only Dryad. So we did see Amphib come down onto Vivetta, which means he doesn't have another way of reaching him, as they already played Roach. So I'm guessing he's just gonna want to get out of this round really quickly here, which is fine.
Earth, choke the embers. Wind, blow out the flame.
Northern Realms doesn't have a great 6-point removal unless they go for another duel, which I'd be happy to see. But they do get back all three of those commandos. They do need to be careful about what they opt to play, though. Gabor is my first choice of unit.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
You don't even fully remove the unit. Maybe they're just going for thinning. Just doing this, that way we can stay ahead in terms of points. Hey, Silver Palm, how's it going? Temple Guard is weird too.
We'll get a beating.
I know people like to play these,
Why Destiny won't let us talk to strangers?
like to play these commando decks with, Scytheman. So that might be what he's going for here, but right now it's just a 6-point Scytheman. So he's gonna have to keep adding to it. Reinforcements is strange here. It's like better than nothing value, but still really weird. I'm gonna go for Xavier here, actually. Now we can go for Zoltan, and then we'll have a few ticking engines. Slow mornings are the best. Just doing a... What a strange play. We pretty much put this away. I'm about ready to take a hero's pass. Oniro coming out with Heatwave onto Zoltan, maybe? Very strange. Okay, Company doesn't have nearly as much attraction for me with them gone, so I'm just going to go for Company here. We use use, we'll hold off on leader charges actually. And we're ahead by 25 points at this point, so. Squirrel coming in to banish something there. I think it was a Nature's Rebuke. Which is fine. Just thinking here, the opponent here needs to make a 21-point play. I think the best they could get is a 5-point Onsace, but they can't just use that with the Hamadryad. We're going to 51 points. So actually needs to make a 22-point play in 2 cards. And War Elephant would be 16. Something else. Heroes pass. Alright. Drog with 4 points of damage.
Tomorrow we sup at home. Fight, bang, kill.
I'm nervous. What's the final card? Yes! Heroes pass for the win. Oh man. He gets the 1 damage here, but we get the boost. He needs to hit the armor. Boy, oh boy, was that close. Oh, it was already a pass on our end. Ah, oh, dang it. So close. I should have played 1 more card. Ah, alright, we'll play just 1 last game to close this out. That was my bad. I should have played just 1 more card. I took a gamble. Drog was not the thing that was on my mind. That was a riot, though. I always forget that mechanic. Don't forget that. You watched it here. It doesn't go back to you when the opponent passes. It goes back to you when they end their turn. It does not go back to you when they pass. All right. I like sticking with Duncanel Guardians round 1. They're nice, patient tempo. Dryad's Caresses with this Hama will probably be nice. Probably don't need these tempering. Oh my gosh, every time. Looking for a Nature's Rebuke, just in case they play an extra one of these ships, but right now this is looking pretty nice for us. Alright.
Bury corpses? Nay, feed our foes to the crabs while they still live.
Grey sweats.
Could see this damage come down with a Blood Eagle. It's a trade I'm willing to make. For those of you unfamiliar, this is a 5 provision card. She's a 5 provision card. So it's a fair trade across. Oh, I mean, we do need a win, but this isn't the way I want to get it. Anyway, yeah, what we should have done that last game was just played that other Hamadryad. We didn't even have that much synergy with it going into round 3 anyway. The opponent spent so many provisions that round just to try to close out the game. I think the goal basically with that deck is, as we do with ours, is to just kind of like play everything round 1, round 2, and then use the carryover value with the Blue Stripe Commandos. But they played the second half of Antib, so they had no guarantee Hey, here's your technical win. No, we'll play one more game. Like, this deck does get wins. It's pretty fun to use. I just have to stop playing like a moron. I mean, we had all of our really cool stuff. We had a guaranteed Ethnic grab. We had, you know, like, Isengrim aside from that. We hadn't drawn into our Novigradian Justice yet, so we probably could have gotten that. Yeah, I just, half expected them to just give up.
Self-proclaimed authority.
Sucks to lose on a draw with a Hero's Pass. That's like truly unfortunate, right? Alright, put him back. Alright. Obviously, as soon as we get red coin, the opponent forfeits. Would have been nice to have a red coin game for just once. I just wanted to show you guys. I mean, this deck is better on red coin. It just really is. I mean, most decks are better on red coin. I would say the one exception, and nobody ever thinks of this, but the best blue coin deck, in my opinion, is a hidden cash deck with, oh, unfortunately we put back circle, huh? I think I might go for it here, actually. We don't have any rebukes, though, so I'll probably go with that. Thank you. Yeah, I cut it myself. I also cut my son's hair, which he hated. He was like bawling the whole time. But now today we're like showing him pictures and he's like, he loves it. So I don't know. Sad to see your hair go for the first time. Anyway, I was gonna say this is like the best blue coin player Slice Seductresses because they're worth more value the more cards your opponent plays. Obviously, it's not necessarily true in this circumstance. It kind of depends on what the cards your opponent opts to play, but.
Exploitation. My champion.
Try the
And rest now.
Alright, we're gonna go for the kill on the top one. Two reasons for that. One, just value. And then two is so that we can play our special cards with this Hamadryad going up. We can play our special cards without having to worry too much. So they have to have bonded, so there have to be two of them in order to get the value from other cards. So this is weird. This is a huge overcommit. And it's one way to get your bonded back, I guess.
It's been a long, hard road, hasn't
This is
it?
probably our last game that we're playing. Anyway, so that makes sense. Chairman Wu, welcome on stream regardless. We'll punish this one. I think we just take a pass here. I mean, this is like a commitment I never made them make. I don't know how to say that better. I never made you do that. I mean, we could go for like Yarpin and then go Zoltan onto Yarpin and then play Zoltan's Company, I guess. So he can go to 26. Yeah, it's still like a ton of points. I was taking the pass. I want the free card to play so I can play my Zoltan with Resilience regardless. Adelbardus is a possibility. So I was tempted here to use the Zarpin onto this Street Urchins because that's the spender. But he's got to make up 24 points. Plus, I have a ticking engine, so 26. Alright, well, there you go. That's how you get a win with this deck. I mean, I'm trying to show you guys how to get wins normally, but, like, play it on red coin, Skellige freaks out. Play it on blue coin against the Passy deck, where they play the Passy prematurely. That's another way to get a win. it gets wins on its own right. Just play it smarter than I played against that Northern Realms deck. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There were some fun plays. There's some spicy stuff that happened. I think it was probably more enjoyable than normal. If you guess one of these cards, you get a free happiness in your account. Until next time, though, good luck on the path. Get out there. Keep on gwenting.